Hello, everybody. How are you guys? I'm going to do a quick lyrics review just based on popular demand of the new Fiona album song, Fetch the Bolt Cutters. Of course, the title tune of the new album of that same name. Right now, we might get to the rest of the album, but right now we're just going to, because so many people are asking me to do one of my lyrics explained in an ongoing series here on the channel. They want me to explain the lyrics of this song. So if you don't know, Fetch the Bolt Cutters came out recently from Fiona Apple. And as one person said, they were getting so depressed from this quarantine, but here this song and this album came out and it lifted their spirits and lifted that funk that they were in. So it's kind of a song that starts out with her sort of sing-talking style, telling the story, setting up the story. Kind of that, like that Lou Reed is not quite singing, it's more like narrating. But then, of course, she gets into her lyrical, light, such a subtle tone to her voice that it just soothes the soul. It really does. She has that ability. So in this case, Fetch the Bolt Cutters. Now, if you're not familiar with bolt cutters, they are exactly what they sound like. And a lot of times used to snip locks. And so that's the interpretation that I have based on my 7 years at the graduate degree program at the University of Iowa in lyric explanation and understanding. So she's saying, fetch the bolt cutters. And then she says, I've been in here too long. Well, I mean, what a song that reflects the zeitgeist of the times. I've been in here too, like people that are literally in there, wherever that might be, shelter at home, stay at home, quarantine, all of this is weighing on people around the world. Now, I don't know if this was a crass commercial attempt to tap into that, to say, how can we sell songs that are meeting people's immediate emotional needs? I don't know that they had that sort of insight or at least foreplanning. Who knows? They might have. Maybe her agent came to her and said, look, Fiona, love the new music, okay, but we need something that kicks the album off, that drives into the heart of consumers around the world. And so we need to feel what they're feeling, the aggravation, to go into the store and there's no gosh darn isopropyl alcohol. Okay, so these people are imprisoned by this quarantine. And so as your agent, it behooves me to ask you to come up with something that will help them feel better about the situation and therefore end up buying the music. I listen, it sounds like a cold strategy, but in this case, I believe that she pulled it off and maintained her artistic integrity at the same time, okay? All right, because she's saying things, she's talking about the cool kids were never into her, right? You know, and she's ashamed that she let it affect her at the time. So here now she has an opportunity to affect a global population with a single song. Okay, think of the power of that. Think of the leverage of that. Have you ever used a crowbar to try to leverage, maybe lift a rock off of a loved one after you poured some stones on them because they took all the peanut butter and you got mad and rolled some boulders onto them, okay? But then you panicked and you took the crowbar and got those boulders off of them. Okay, that's the kind of urgency and yet slow, mellow approach, that dynamic, okay, that is so exciting about her music and this song in particular. What's interesting too is that her dog started barking near the end of the recording and they just let it go. They didn't get upset and they kept it in the song, okay? But I think it does have this feeling of release, of people, of happiness, of joy. It doesn't seem like they're angry. It just seems like they're happy. And I think that's what this song has done for so many people around the world, has given them a release and made them feel happy. In fact, they got the bolt cutters on their hearts. I think that's what's happening here. Guys, that's my interpretation of the song Fetch the Bolt Cutters by Fiona Apple, the new single that is doing so well around the world. And come on back. I'll try to tackle this whole album. Yeah, come on back.